Hi-Fi protege in the house. Don't buy a ticket, Hi-Fi. I'll be there in about 40 minutes. Okay? Just hang out on the patio. Sorry, it's a new regime at the Comedy Store. Some things are out of control there, but don't buy a ticket. Just go on the patio. I've got to do a little man on the street. Yeah, you got 3%. Yeah. Just go on the patio, meet some girls, and we'll take it from there. So, welcome to Saturday Night Live in the Earlverse. We're just chilling right now. We're just chilling. The freaks are out tonight. Trust me on that one. And I've got my spot in 2 hours at the Comedy Store. 2 hours. So I've got some time to kill. And, we'll see what happens, Saturday Night Live. On the heels of a historic Earlverse stream last night, where we almost set record-breaking numbers. I think we had about 130 people at our peak, and about 3,500 views. Now my all-time stream record is I think I had about 7,500 views one just random Monday night, and I'm still not sure why that one particular night, which was really just me walking down a vacant Beverly Hills. But that's the algorithm. I think that's when I was pumping baby in the algorithm. So welcome aboard the Earl world. We're just a small, friendly stream, and we aim to please here. So I appreciate you guys joining me, trying to get me to new heights at the YouTube algorithm. Shalom, SCVID show. We're about to hit the streets. I could have gotten a few numbers last night. Contrary to what you guys think, I'm actually quite smooth with the ladies. But you got it. I'm meeting Hi-Fi Protege at the Comedy Store. I will be moving and grooving, interview a few of the freaks at the parade. We'll go now while Lois is sleeping. So, and then I must get ready for the Comedy Store. Got a new jacket right there. Maybe I will debut it. Let's see, Lois is sleeping right there. Yes, I am related to the Kennedys. My aunt is Ethel Kennedy. See, I have to be quiet. Because Lois is no dummy. I got a nice moon right there. This is my pool. And You'd think being related to the Kennedys would have helped my stand-up career, but not really. It's all good. And to explain the, I guess the connection, my friend, that my dad's sister, so my dad is James Skakel. His sister, I don't want to say was, whatever, is Ethel Skakel. Ethel Skakel married Robert Kennedy, and they had 11 children. And RFK Jr. is my first cousin. So it's not that crazy of a connection, but it is pretty cool. Now, I noticed while walking around today that, it wasn't wild out, to be honest with you. We're going to do one lap, and then I've got to go upstairs, take Lois for a walk. What's up? What's up? TB in the house. And then I'm going to walk to the Comedy Store, so I've got to factor that into my time. And, just a lot of drunk, wayward souls. As you can see, West Hollywood is very well prepared. We've got everyone ready for action if they need it. I mean, I hate to put this out there, but I mean, this really is an amazing place for an attack. Knock on wood, but I mean, this many people all confined kind of in one space. It's, I mean, it is, I mean, I'm just saying, if I was a terrorist, but I know there's a lot of undercover sheriffs. So it's actually pretty safe. But as you'll see, I mean, you can't walk 20 feet without seeing some law enforcement. We have a real live black man here.
I get really nervous when a white guy comes and records me. You never know what they're up to. They're going to end up on Pornhub, because I don't do Pornhub. Yeah, I'm hung like a horse, but I don't do Pornhub.
Yeah, a baby horse.
A seahorse.
This is Don Richardson, Comedy Store, paid regular.
Yes, I am. Back when Nixie.
All right, go take care of these guys. I'll see you in a bit, Don. That guy is a OG Comedy Store paid regular. That's no joke. My God, look at these tits. And that's a woman, too. Hold on, right there. I mean, look at this fucking freak show. Hey, I got some good numbers, baby, last night. I'll come to this parade every fucking night if they had it. She's cute. Hello. Probably a dude. Now the parade is actually tomorrow. I will be on the Comedy Store float. So you got, I mean, there's a lot of security here. Hey, we got 2 bloggers right there. Doesn't seem to be quite as crowded as it's been in past years. I mean, there was a time when you couldn't move, but now there's plenty of, the hell is this? Now there's, plenty of room to just walk around. We'll see what's going on at the Abbey. Like, I've been to this parade, or the Saturday night pre-parade, where it would take you 5 minutes from where I'm walking right here just to get to this gate. But, it's not quite as crowded this year. Here's the Abbey. Is that my RFK Jr. right there? Hey, he's probably in the closet. Look at this girl right here. Yeah, I don't know if that's a girl. My bad. We'll try and get some man on the street interviews. This girl looks like a lost soul. I mean, oh, look at this. Whoa. Oh, yeah, there's definitely, straight guys. Yeah. We won't go down there. There's not much happening down there. Well, we'll go back up here. I mean, my spot's not till 12:15, and that spot, that ain't gonna happen at 12:15. Probably closer to 1. Oh my God, I can't. I hope that didn't pick up. Did you guys see that naked girl? Or will I have to, should I delete this video? I mean, you gotta be real careful. I know YouTube don't like no nudity. Okay, are you sure you didn't see that? Because she was only topless, but I'm not losing my channel to see that girl. I'd love to see a fight right now. I mean, see, we got a lot of cops. Yeah, I don't know if that was a girl or a guy. It looked like a girl, but, who knows? I mean, my theory is if you gotta wonder, you don't want to know. So there's another naked girl right here. I'm not losing my channel for that shit. There we go.
Any conversation.
Where's the straight women at?
There's one white by that tree right there.
Yeah, I was just talking with a guy.
Yeah, don't let that fool you. Half of these guys, you know, they're just a mustache.
Yeah, we call them piazzas. All right, I'll see you in a few hours. Stay white.
All right.
Yeah, you'd think it was Magic Mountain. All right.
I'm out of cereal.
It's really kind of a mellow night. I thought there'd be some action, but not really. So sorry for the semi-boring stream. You know, we just had lightning last night. Should we go in one of the porta potties to see what that looks like? Oh, probably looks gross. Man, there are some real sketchy characters out here. I'm gonna go back up to my street. Oh, these porta potties gotta stink. Can you imagine what they look like inside here? I'm not going in there. Fuck that. All right. You can see what a clusterfuck this is. Just a bunch of fucking slobs. Oh, this alley's gonna be wild tonight. Yeah. This is really Sodom and Gomorrah 2025 edition. So, hey, see this good looking guy right there? See, my street is, whoa. Oh, I thought that was a hot girl. I hear some girls. See, this is why I have to walk to the Comedy Store. Look at all these fucking, what they don't realize is that they can't turn around at the bottom of the street. So they all have to do like this, like 3-point turn. And then the Uber drivers get fucking frustrated. I mean, look at this. It's like the Wild West. And with each hour, it's going to get worse. So we're going to go stream a little bit from the home base. I got to pee, so we're gonna do a little timeout so you guys can talk amongst yourselves, do whatever you need to do. Parade was kind of boring, to be honest with you. I've got the best mods in the business. And there's Lois just chilling right there. Just chilling. All right. Let's get the tripod set up. Get you the Earl sign. I'll be right back. Okay. We're back. We're back. Earl is right here, baby. I had to, I've drank a lot of liquids today. Yeah, I don't know, it wasn't really happening on the parade route this year. But, you know, it could be, I mean, it's still only 10:38 out here. No, I would never walk Lois at the Pride Saturday night function. No chance, man. Just too many freaks. What up, TB? What up? I do have a set tonight in about a little under hour and a half, I guess you'd say. Of course, you never know at the Comedy Store. You know, sometimes you go on early because Bobby Lee or Whitney doesn't show up and a couple other people don't show up. So, you know, but that's rare. Very rare. Thank you, David. Thank you. So, I'm going to have to think of the next big move for the Earlverse now that the letter has been read. We now have to come up with something new. But I appreciate the big numbers last night. Very rare to have over 100 people in the stream. I appreciate that. And it was quite fun. And who knows, maybe after my set, I'll walk back down and see what's going on at the parade at, 2 or so in the morning. But to get on the Comedy Store float tomorrow, I have to get up at a relatively early hour for me. So this might be it. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. And just Jen, I know it's late for you. 1:40 in the AM. When it's 1:40 in the AM out here tonight, I'll be on stage, wrapping up, and, having a good time, I hope. But you never know. You never know at the Comedy Store what is in store until you get there. Could be packed, could be okay, could be the crowd could be a little light. You know, the main room is a tough room to play when it's a little light because are you going to make any jokes about the parade? Yeah, probably. You know, I'll see where the set takes me. You know, if it's a hot crowd, I will. I don't know if Bobby's on the. There were two topless women that I saw. Um, usually the bigger name comics don't get on the float. To be honest with you, I don't think Bobby Lee is going to get up at 10 a.m. on a Sunday, and you know, for the gay parade. But maybe he will. William Zoom, what up? What up? Maybe he will. I don't know. You know, I don't know Bobby that well. Roz, I don't know if she'll be on the parade. I know Emily was on the float the last 2 years. So what up, L.A. Broughton? I would assume Rose would be there. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, Rose doesn't really need any brownie points. She is top dog. Or did you mean me scoring some brownie points? You know, that could be another situation. But I've known Rose forever, you know, 10 plus years. So I'm kind of locked into the Holtzman spot. You know, I don't think I'm going to get many more spots other than the one main room spot every Saturday night. So, I mean, was she ever comic? No. She did do a podcast with her two friends, Joseph P. Larkin and Wub, WB. Yeah, there are several parades. There's the Long Beach Pride, there's West Hollywood Pride, and then I think Hollywood Pride, you know, which is Hollywood Boulevard. But I don't know of a lot of people who go to that one. I mean, obviously it's pretty full because, you know, I think it's more for people who are like Silver Lake, Los Feliz, they come to that because, you know, it's hard to go to the West Hollywood Pride because the parking is so tough. I mean, it's permit parking 5 miles either direction, and the few parking garages you can park in are really, I mean, they were probably sold out 5-6 hours ago. So, yeah, Teebs is, I haven't talked to him in quite a while. But, you know, we're just in different, we're in different cities. But, you know, I miss him. The store's not the same without people like Teeb and Boone and you know, that people, the characters, but, you know, the store moves on. I mean, I was talking with someone today, actually, Jeff Ross's manager's boyfriend. Jeff Ross's manager is a girl. And I saw her boyfriend walking around, and we were talking about, you know, I could quit the Comedy Store tomorrow. Nobody would care. They'd care for about 20 seconds. We miss Earl. That's just one less person I got to deal with. Because he was talking about a show he was on where he threatened to quit, and the guy basically said, "Go ahead, we'll replace you tomorrow." No more Schaub. I mean, Schaub doesn't really get a lot of spots at the store. He's definitely not a paid regular. There's no rail station nearby. I mean, I would say the closest rail station might be on Wilshire, which is probably 5 miles south of where I'm at. So unless you're, I mean, I guess you could take an Uber, but Uber's crazy to get out of here. Like tonight when I walk home, the Uber line will be from where we just walked up, where the porta potties are, to Sunset. So it is a cruel business for sure. I mean, Schaub's an open mic level comic now. He's just famous, you know. And that's not like, that probably sounds like an insult, like I'm shitting on the guy. I said it before on this stream. Every time I've interacted with the guy, he's been very nice. So, I mean, Union Station that's from where I'm at, 15 to 20 miles. So, um, I dropped Bolivia off there once because she had to go to Orange County. And I was not going to drive her to Orange County. She has a mom in Orange County that's got tons, stepmom, who has tons of money. So that's why when she put out a GoFundMe last year, 2 years ago, I was like, what? Her stepmom lives in a $3 million home. So I'm not sure how legit that GoFundMe was. I don't know, TB. I'm not sure on that. Who's a better comic, Schaub or Jason Ellis? I mean, they're about the same. I don't think one's better than the other, to be frank. I'd say Jason's more enthusiastic about comedy. Schaub is, I don't know. I mean, I think Schaub had that like Jethro Bodine type of like character, but he didn't work at it. He just showed up. He knew the MMA fans would come out. And, comedy is, it's like if I tried to do jujitsu, I couldn't just show up and enter a tournament. I'd have to practice and hours upon practice. Well, the problem with Jason is that he's very dirty, and there's not a lot of warm up to the dirty. Who, Schaub? Yeah, I mean, Schaub dressed nice, there's no real warm up to the dirty. Like, you can be dirty comic and do very well, but the good ones usually, they have at least a little bit of a warm up to it. Like, he just goes into blowjob stories and getting his ass eaten, and the crowd's like, huh? But, and the problem, there's the problem with being naturally pretty funny is you're naturally funny to your friends. But when you're in a room full of people who don't know who you are, it's like, okay, make us laugh, bitch. You definitely need a little bit of foreplay when you're as dirty as Jason is. Now, if it's his fan base in the room, then you don't really need that. But even they kind of need it a little bit. But he seems to be doing well. I mean, he does, I think, a show every Saturday night at the Comedy Store. He's not past there, but if you have a fan base like he does, I guess you can run a show out of the belly room, and it's, I guess it's a good way maybe to get in, but I'm sure. I mean, he's a very nice guy. It's like Schaub. Schaub was always cool with me. And it wasn't like great fucking conversations we would have. Hey, dude, what's up? Fist bump. He'd be in the hallway and, hey, man, what's up? I mean, he was always respectful to me, which is all I care about. Jason, I don't really run into him that much. But seems like a nice guy. I mean, seems kind of humble. I mean, deep down, that's the thing. When you're not the greatest comic in the world, you know it. You definitely know it. Who's your favorite comic? I don't really have one, to be honest, because I don't like watching stand-up. I want to do it. So that's the thing with me. Jeselnik. I would say Anthony Jeselnik. And I must give Chandler this. She got me into Bo Burnham. I like him too. Other than that, I don't really watch. I mean, the last three specials I've watched were Jeselnik's, Bo Burnham's during the pandemic, and Schaub's first special because so many people were asking me about it. Yeah, I do like watching Holtzman. I mean, it's pretty magical when he's on, and it's just such a tug of war with, especially dates, because the guys are laughing, the girls not so much, but then the guys kind of new to their laughter because of the girls, and then sometimes the girls are into it. I mean, he's so over the top. He's like Dice on steroids. So it's always interesting to see how he navigates that minefield. Has he improved a lot over the years? Or, I mean, I've never seen him bomb. You know, there's certainly, you know, because he gets this. I guess it's the Skakel spot now, but you know, it's tough to kill when you know you're going on at 1 a.m. and the crowd's tired and you know they're just. But in some ways, he's the perfect comic to put up at 1 a.m. because he's going to wake them up. The first night I saw you perform, I got the entire OJ joke. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best written joke I've ever written. And I still do it just because OJ, he's eternal, man. Like, OJ jokes are like, to me, Michael Jackson jokes. They'll never get old. So that's why I still do them. And, you know, Jared from Subway, you know, I still bust out that joke from time to time. And, you know, it's just one of those things. You know, I write a lot of new jokes, but I mean, Kobe jokes in LA are, you know, you saw what happened with Ari Shaffir. You know, I believe Crips and Bloods were threatening Ari, which is why Ari doesn't really play LA a lot. 'Cause that's the thing. If you go on Ari's Instagram, he says, "Hey, I'll be at the Comedy Store tonight." They know where you're at. That's why a lot of rappers get killed, you know, from out of state. You know, there's that one rapper from, I think, Georgia. I don't know if he was a Crip or a Blood, but he was one of the two. And he posted an Instagram story from that gas station on Beverly and La Cienega. So, right across the street from the Beverly Center, if you're familiar with the area. And within 10 minutes, the rival gang was there. So, I don't think that. I mean, I mean, you can do any joke if it's funny. And I think with Ari's Kobe joke, first of all, I don't think Ari knew there were kids in the helicopter yet. Nobody knew. So I think that's what rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And I don't know if the joke was meant to be funny, but more shocking. So, you know, I mean, I do jokes about my parents dying 2 months apart. Now, everyone in the crowd, or maybe not everyone, but there's going to be a fair amount of people in the crowd who've lost their parents, or at least one parent. So it's a fine line to deal with macabre humor, I guess. You know, I do my 9/11 line. You know, when I have a joke that bombs, and I go, "Is that too soon?" Well, I was doing 9/11 jokes before the second plane hit the tower. I had one guy come up to me and go, "I lost my brother in tower too." He's like, "You're really funny, but I didn't like that 9/11 joke." And I'm like, gotta go. So, you know, it's a very tricky medium, but, you know, you got to go all in when you're up there. You know, when you're up there, you're by yourself. It's not like you're in a fucking band and you can blame the drummer or the guitar player or the bass player or the keyboard player. As a stand-up comic, you are up there by yourself. So you got to do whatever you think will get you a laugh in that moment. Did you hear the story about Mitzi telling Holtzman he couldn't perform for 2 weeks after 9/11 because she couldn't trust him to not say anything? Yeah, I mean, I've not heard that story, but I could definitely see that. I mean, what was it? The Hugh Hefner roast where Gilbert Gottfried, I think like 6 days after 9/11, uh, said, "Hey, I'm sorry I'm late, but my plane flew into the Empire State Building in New York." I mean, that roast was in New York. So that's, yeah, I mean, I mean, I think basically the helicopter pilot lost, you got, what was it? He just got disoriented. You're in the fog bank. You don't know if you're going up, you're going down. I mean, you lose all sense. I mean, anytime I get on an airplane, I figure the pilots want to get there as much as I do. So, uh, although I used to have a fear of flying back in the day, I don't have it anymore. I actually like flying. I like being around all the strangers, and I love airports. So, um, and it's funny what got me over my fear of flying initially was watching air disasters, um, which is, I think, on Discovery. And you just realize how slim the margin or how slim the chances are um, of getting into a catastrophic air accident. But, it's definitely a scenario that can happen, has happened, and it will happen. So, well, Gilbert Gottfried just didn't give a AF. I mean, like when he would go on Howard Stern and they'd put him in the Hollywood squares with Daniel Carver, he'd be like, "Daniel, what was that word you just said? I can't hear it." And he would drop the hard N bomb. I mean, Gilbert Gottfried was on like a national Geico commercial or Aflac. So, it's like, Jesus, man. He goes hard in the paint. We'll go another 2 minutes, guys. I've got to get ready for my Comedy Store appearance. So I've got to mentally prepare for the Comedy Store, which is not easy to prepare for because you never know what you're getting into. As you guys know, I don't really watch the comic before me. Tonight it's Byron Bowers, and Byron Bowers always does well. So, yeah, I mean, but he still didn't care about the jokes about Japan. So, do you write stuff down, or are you more a little bit of both, Ricardo? A little bit of both. Like I haven't. I'll probably write a little bit on the fly tonight about the gay parade, and that doesn't surprise me, William. Don't try to fly a private plane. I'm never going to fly a plane. When 9/11 happened, and I heard that some of the terrorists had trained on Microsoft Flight Simulator, I remember going to, what was it, Comp USA. That was a big computer store here. And buying Microsoft Flight Simulator. I thought, okay, if the terrorists did it, I want to see how good I am. And they started off flying a Cessna. I couldn't even fly that. So yes, the letter was read yesterday. I hope it was good for you guys. It was cathartic for me just to get my side out there. And a lot of people are like, "Dude, it's been 3 years. Get over it." But when my ex is still telling people that I more or less cheated on her, you know, now I can feel like, okay, my side's out there. You guys can figure it out for yourself, who to believe or whatever. It did feel good, to be honest with you, because I didn't cheat on her. So now I've cheated, and I've been cheated on, but I did not cheat with her. So yes, it's well, I'll read it for you, Ross, since you're an OG. Hold on, I gotta turn the window. I gotta shut the windows. Too much noise. Time out. You guys talk amongst yourselves. streets are buck wild right now. Read it every strain. Um, well, it's like when, actually, we'll do a full hour. Fuck it. It's like with Bolivia. I mean, Bolivia was telling people for, I don't know, I think since 2017 that I hit her. I mean, I still to this day don't exactly know what she said. And after about 3 or 4 years, I'm like, fuck it. I don't have a story with Bolivia. It's just, no, I didn't hit her. That's my story. But with Chan, and she's been passive aggressive. I don't think she said Earl cheated, but what she said is he knows what he did wrong. So that's basically saying you cheated, which ain't true. But because believe me, if I did, she would know by now. Yeah, well, they got, see, right now, this is a tow truck driver's wet dream right now. So, I don't know if I got boring, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with you on that one. I think what happened was, and this is just off things I saw, that when Rob Riggle fired her, and he did it in a very uncool way, I'll say that. I don't think she'd ever been fired before, and definitely not like that. I mean, he basically gave her a week's notice and said, hey, I gotta let you go. Well, I think, she just spiraled from there. That's just my opinion. Well, I think what she meant by that is, I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you. You could be right. I don't know. But my rock and roll ways never changed. I think what happened was, I'm a hard guy to go up against, like in the court of public opinion. Virtually no one's going to take her side. It's just like I'm too well liked. I mean, yeah, Rob got rid of her, but she's a great writer, and she's the only reason that guy was funny. But he was going through a rough divorce, and I think Rob was just cutting ties to anything that was in his life at the time. So I think that was kind of for lack of a better word, a kick in the balls. And we had problems, but nothing too bad. It really wasn't that bad. But what are you gonna do? I mean, William, it's hard for me to say you're wrong or I'm right or whatever, just because it was such an open-ended exit that could be anything. But I also think the reason I bring up like how well liked I am is she probably felt trapped because she saw personally what happened with Bolivia, when no one took her side, nobody. So, yeah, I mean, you might be right, William. I don't know. I mean, I'm not playing dumb. I just, in terms of physically keeping up, I was fine. But, I don't know. I'll probably never know. So you're the funniest person ever to be on YouTube. Well, I don't know about that, Big Sexy. I mean, I'll take the compliment. Hit the like and subscribe button. Follow Big Sexy's path into helping get Earl into the algorithm. Well, I mean, who's funnier than Ray DeVito? I mean, you saw his Hackmania set. Um, no, do you know Walton Scoggins? I don't. I know Walton Goggins, but I don't know Walton Scoggins. The name sounds familiar, but probably because I like White Lotus, so I think I'm thinking of that. But I know a lot of comics, that's for sure. My parents don't have any car washes, so I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. I don't know. I mean, I don't know TB. Like, she was hot, Tracy Scoggins. I mean, hold on. I'm getting a text from Gail right now, Lois's mom. Um, Gail wants to come to the Comedy Store. So let me, doing a stream. Gail's cool, actually. We didn't have the best breakup, that's for sure. So, but we still get along. Women want babies at some point, so maybe she was looking for. No, I don't think so. I don't think she wanted kids. She enjoys working too much. So, I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I'm not trying to play dumb. I'm not leaving out anything. Well, if she liked money, she never would have left me. I mean, I literally paid for 80% of the bills. No rent, no no household bills. I paid for most of the food. She paid for food every now and then. So, well, there's nothing I could do in that regard. I mean, Rob was going to fire her no matter what I said. But I do think that really was a shot that she did not see coming. And she's very smart. Like, I can give an ex credit where credit's due. I don't think she saw this coming at all. And he actually fired her right up the street at the London hotel. He just said maybe for lunch, and I think she thought it's just going to be a lunch, and then it was not. So, I really don't know. And, I don't, I don't know. Like, with how she left, I'm left with just theories, not answers. So, our house in the middle of the. Yeah, but I don't think she wanted kids just because she. That's just the vibe I got, to be honest with you. But, maybe she's changed her mind. I don't know. I literally haven't talked to her in 3 years. So, I can live with how I treated her, that's for sure. I can live with how I treated Bolivia. So, what are you going to do? We'll go another 3 minutes, guys, another 3 minutes. And then I must take Lois for a quick pee-pee, and then walk up to the Comedy Store. Well, I mean, I think it was, and the pandemic was a doozy. Like, it really accelerated relationships. Like, you really, there was no air to breathe in the pandemic. You were with someone 24/7. You couldn't, like if I was having, let's say we were dating right now and we weren't getting along, I say, hey, I'm going to go to the comedy store, do my set. I'll see you when I get back. Well, you couldn't do that in the pandemic. You had to stay in the living room and just have that energy fester. Yes, Steph Tolov is one of my dear Canadian friends. I don't see her that much anymore, just because she goes on about an hour or so before me. So, but me and Steph are cool. She's funny, very funny, and hard to follow. I've had to follow her a few times, and she's talking about her pussy and fucking dudes and taking loads, and then I got to get up there. And of course, she was on the Inappropriate Earl podcast, so check that episode out. Oh, I mean, I disagree with you there, Moses. I mean, I think age is a number. Yeah, I mean, was it a 24-year age difference between me and Chan? But she was an old soul, and I'm a young soul, so the age difference really wasn't that. On paper, it was bad, but, I think I don't limit myself by saying, well, this girl's too young. Because what's the cutoff? Now, it clearly didn't work out, so maybe you're right. But, I mean, it is hard to follow when Steph's talking about her pussy and all that stuff. But, I do well for the most part. Because here's the thing, it's, I'm not around 55, 56-year-old women. I'm, like tonight at the Comedy Store, I would say the average age of the crowd will probably be 30, 35, 25. I don't think Spade will be there at 1 in the morning, but maybe. And I have a great vibe. Like, I'm very young at heart, so I think that, that's why I can hang with younger girls. But, I can live with how I treated her. And Bolivia, too. I mean, for God's sakes, I wiped her ass when she was sick. She doesn't tell people that. Earl, do you know Spade? Yeah, we were in Benchwarmers together, and yeah, I mean, we're not like best friends, but every time he sees me, he'll hug me. Hey, what's up, bro? So, all right, guys, it's been a fun one. Did Paulie perform at the store recently? Yeah, he's there from time to time. I mean, it's his club, so he has what you would say carte blanche to do what he wants. Do you get the crowd to laugh at themselves? Yeah, sometimes. I mean, when there's a goof sitting in the front row with his feet up on the stage, or a girl with big tits and she's being loud and whatnot. Oh, Ross is here. So, Ross, let me lead. We'll end with reading the letter for Ross, and then I got to go. I really do hope we can figure this out. I do love you. I'm just hurting, and I don't know what to do. I want how we were. I want my ride or die rock and roll boyfriend, not what we are right now. Think about things, truly. I need to know where this all is going. I needed to feel confidence and love. I didn't want it to be this way. I still don't. I hope we can figure it out. So, there you go. Earl Skakel, over and out.